Hi everybody and welcome to my second tarot reading. Today I am going to be asking the question, what would your pet in heaven like to say to you? Following that, I'm going to ask what energy do they embody here on earth. I have a specific tarot deck that goes through different gods, goddesses, archangels, etc. and has a card that shows the energies that person holds. And I'm hoping that that card would kind of show you the type of energy your pet had here on earth and kind of maybe why they were here for you, what they gave to you through that energy. On the other side here, I have what messages do they have for you specifically, and I'm excited to see what they would like to say. So I have 4 piles here, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Feel free to pick more than one if you have more than one pet that had passed on, but I can't promise that each and every one's going to come through. This is a collective reading, so it's not going to be entirely specific to you, but it is going to try to give you some clarification on your situation. I would also like to state that this goes for horses, dogs, cats, fish, everything. So don't feel like you have to have a specific type of pet to watch this reading. Meditate on each pile, see which one stands out to you, click the timestamp below, and begin your reading. All right, I'm going to start. All right, pile 1, I'm going to start with you here today. Hey, hello, how are you doing? So first I'm going to start with the pile 1 card that I had actually drawn. I had actually wrote up for you guys. So here are some things your pet would like to say to you to start off the pile. I made you smile, back rubs, you fulfilled me, I was sad to go, and thank you. So I get this really sweet energy here, a true love type of relationship with your pet. So let me put that on the side over here. This first card right here is going to talk about the energy that they had embodied on earth. Bridget, inner strength. Move back to wholeness, recognize that you have power. So essentially, what I'm picking up from this card is that this pet gave you strength. This pet could have been a guide dog or an emotional support dog without even having to have the training. That's just who they were for you. That's what they embodied. They gave you strength in hard times, and they knew it, and you knew that they knew it. Your pet could have been some red, maybe had green eyes, but again, I'm not getting any specifics even on what type of animal, just who they were to you, what they embodied for you. She's also holding fire. It seems like they were just a very strong pet. And you tried to be strong for them as well, but they definitely pulled a lot of weight in the relationship, I can see. They meant a lot to you. They ignited something within you. They gave you purpose. And same from you to them, for sure. Over here, what messages do they have for you? We're going to start with these cards, Little Mermaid cards. Make a decision. Synchronicity. Let yourself receive. Wow. So I'm getting a couple messages from these 3 cards alone. First and foremost is when you're missing them, they show you signs, whether it be numbers or anything that just comes up consistently. It could be a dragonfly, or you just keep driving by this park that you guys wanted to go to, or a park that you guys wanted to go to together. There's something that just keeps happening, and it keeps reminding you of them. But believe in that message, for sure. They're definitely reaching out to you. Over here, first of all, I see them supporting a decision that you want to make, and they're telling you to receive the gifts that you have really put in the work to get. Make that decision, receive your gifts, and realize that they're with you every step of the way. The other message I'm getting is that they helped you make decisions, and they helped to let you receive. Because when they were here, when you just went and pet them, spent time with them, looked at them, you were in a better vibrational space. You were able to make better decisions because you had them by your side. They calmed you down, and you need some more of that. Over here, I have some more cards to just give some clarification on what messages they have for you. Burgundy, awaken your passion. Amber, awaken your creativity. Pearl, connect to the divine. Gold, attract abundance, sorry. So yeah, I really see them saying that you deserve the world. You can do it without them here. They loved those back rubs, those belly rubs. They really enjoyed spending time with you, but you can still do all of the great things that you were doing beforehand and even more, and they're going to be with you every step of the way. I don't see reincarnation for this pet, as in I don't see them going on to a new life, not all of them at least. They're really sitting with you and waiting until you cross over that bridge, and they're going to be with you every second that you ignite your passion and creativity, connect to the divine, attract abundance. They're going to be here with you through you doing all of these things and really growing into your life again and over again. Every year that passes, they're going to be here. They're going to be here for each step, and you can always call on them. That's really beautiful. Finally, I have one quote card, and they want you to repeat to yourself, I attract only good things in my life. They're really telling you that you can do amazing things in this life, that you can tap into any energy, take it in, and really, man, just ignite anything. You can create anything. You just have to put your mind to it. And you have a great life ahead of you, and they're going to be there with you every step of the way. Don't be afraid to get another pet. You're not replacing them. You're just honoring their place in your life by getting another who can do something for you as well, and you can do something for them as well. There's a number of animals that are homeless. There are a number of animals that out there that really need you as much as you need them. So don't be afraid to step into that energy and say, you know what? I love, my little pet, and they have passed, but I can now have another. And it doesn't replace them. It just brings more joy to my life and to my life experiences by adding another. And I'm not dishonoring who has passed. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that brought some clarity on the pet that has passed away. I know it can be really, really difficult, and you were definitely one of the piles that I pulled that had such a strong connection with your pet. So I'm really sorry for your loss, and I know it's really difficult, but I hope you find some peace and comfort in knowing that they are seriously with you 100% of the time. Take a look at the colors and the art, rewind if you have to. Look at each little face, each little word. There's definitely hidden messages in there for you from them, and they want to bring some synchronicity to your life, give you some messages, consistency for you moving forward. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the reading. Hello, pile number 2. So today I'm going to be going over the question, what would your pet in heaven like to say to you? My first card here that I'm going to pull pretty much talks about the stuff that I had seen in my mind before I picked these cards, and I wrote them on an index card here for you, but I hid them in the beginning just so you didn't choose based on that. So first and foremost, my soul misses you. I visit often. Reincarnation, let go. So in comparison to the first pile, their pet didn't reincarnate after they passed, and it sounds like yours did or is going to, and they want you to let go because you're definitely holding on to your pet. Their soul aches and misses for you, but this life was done for them. The lessons that they had to learn, they learned, and they gave you the lessons that you had to learn as well. And now they're moving on. They visit you often in this period of transition, and they are going to reincarnate, most of them, that's what it sounds like, and enter a new life with new lessons. So this first oracle card that I have here for you is going to talk about the energies in which they embodied here on Earth. Wow, Rada, soul flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. Wow, so your pet here on Earth, whether dog, cat, horse, fish, whoever this pet was to you, was definitely someone in this life you had to know and had to be a part of your life. So my soul misses you, that energy where they ignited something in you and they were more than a pet. They were family. And them visiting you often, I could see them missing you so much, and you to them. But they really helped you find lost pieces of yourself and experience a relationship where there was peace and harmony between the both of you. And hopefully that relationship between the two of you helps you in relationships moving forward because you could learn from them. Here are some more cards I pulled, and these are for what messages they have for you. They're saying that you're being helped and dream big. They want to let you know that behind the scenes, they are helping you with your life moving forward. And they are really trying to put things into place before they have to go. They want you to dream big because there's a lot of things that you can do in this life. And they see that you doubt yourself, especially after their passing, about what you can do moving forward. You really did kind of lose a piece of yourself in this, but that relationship's always going to be there in one way or another. So, I mean, really beautiful. You might have had this pet since you were a child, or it helped you, or this pet helped you rediscover that child within yourself. Red, free yourself from pain. Black, find richness in the dark night. Mauve, enjoy clear hearing. So I see here that this brought you a lot of pain. Losing your pet brought you so much pain and dark days. But they're saying that, you know, there's a light at the end of this tunnel. I will see you again. Our souls were meant to be together. And you helped me as much as you feel that I helped you. It is a dark night when they're gone. It's horrible to lose any loved one, including a pet. And people don't realize just how painful that is. So I feel like there's definitely been some family members or friends in your life who have 100% discounted the meaning this pet had to you in your life. And this proves it right here. I mean, soul flame. I mean, they ignited something in your soul. My soul misses you. This is more than just a pet. This is a soulmate of some sort. Moving forward, they want you to know, like right under the dream big, enjoy clear hearing, that spiritually you can connect to anybody and anything that you need to. You just need to put forth some effort into being able to hear spirit and your angels and allow yourself to be helped. Finally, I have this one card here. Okay, so I was picking up on this before, but I didn't mention it because I wasn't entirely sure. So years of love have been forgotten, the hatred of a minute. I felt like your pet may have been abused before meeting you, and you inspired love within your pet. And all of, I feel like it's the opposite way around from the quote. So like all of the hatred that they had learned in the beginning of their life or in some point of their life, they were able to forget it and learn how to love again. And that's a really beautiful thing. You helped them, they're helping you now with what they can do. You taught them what their soul was meant to learn in this life. And I think the quote could also be pointing to how the years of love between you two had been forgotten because of this horrible passing, of this really sad, horrible passing, and they don't want you to forget the love that you guys had. That's what you have to focus on. You don't have to focus on the loss. So lots of messages in there. Thank you so much. Please look at the pictures, rewind. There might be hidden messages in here for you. And thank you for listening. I'm going to start to head on to pile number 3 now. Thank you. Hi, pile number 3. So this first card that we're going to be going over is stuff that I've, stuff that I've written for you here. I didn't look at these cards yet, but this was the energy I was picking up on and wrote it on an index card, and we're going to start with that. All right, pile number 3. So I wrote anger and sadness, moving on, pet cemetery, forced communication. My general feelings here, which I think will be clarified by the cards moving forward, but either you had a lot of anger and sadness with this loss. You need to move on. You may have buried your pet in a pet cemetery, or the movie Pet Cemetery. There's a similar, like, you were really trying to bring your pet back to life. Whew. Just really, really saddened by this death. Really, there's a lot of anger there. And you're trying to communicate with your pet forcefully as they've moved on. So this first card here is the general energy that your pet brought to you in this life, what they embodied, and you got Kuan Yin, care and compassion, choose to be loved, do what is right for everyone involved, offer a helping hand. So your pet really embodied just love. I have no other way to put it. They cared for you. Their love and compassion was at an all-time high throughout this journey here on Earth with you specifically. You felt that. Ugh. I just feel so much love from them to you. That's what they did for you. They really brought you love. Over here, what messages do they have for you? They're saying, whatever loss you experienced, and maybe it was your pet and a family member, your pet and a friend, or maybe just your pet, but wow, this is a really, really tough time for you. Please consult a therapist. I'm sorry to say it that way. I don't know if that was rude, but consult somebody, find somebody to talk to, and not just anybody, somebody who actually knows what they're talking about and doing, because you really are experiencing maybe some type of grief or sadness that is really overtaking your life, and it doesn't have to be this way. It's time to move on from your losses. And I know it was thing after thing after thing after thing from you, so how do you heal from something that you were just trying to heal from something right before that, and then another thing gets piled on, so you never get time to heal from something completely, and it's just this whole terrible cycle. Here's some more cards for clarification. Yellow, purify your body. Emerald, calm your mind, body, and soul. Gray, learn to scan your body. So it's definitely saying, you need to meditate. You need to do some things that help your body, mind, and soul. Physically, you're probably feeling ill because of all of the anger and sadness that you have pent up in your body. You need to, when you meditate, scan your body up and down. Find the sources of your pain. Go through each thing, your toes, your ankles, your legs, your thighs. Calm down. Take a break. I see so many tears, so many sad days of just crying and this aching pain in my gut and this sore in my neck. You really, really need to take some time to heal from this. You might be telling yourself that this isn't as painful as what other people are going through. So you're not giving yourself the credit of how painful this actually is for you and how hard this journey actually has been. Your pet really, really wants to see better days for you. So here is a quote card, and it says, "Nothing is more important than empathy for another human being's suffering. Not a career, not wealth, not intelligence, certainly not status. We have to feel for one another if we're going to survive with dignity." So I see what your pet was trying to teach you here too, is empathy and compassion for other people. If you could understand that this pet had feelings, then you can understand that everybody does, and that there's nothing else more important than understanding another human being's suffering. And maybe somebody else in your life is not understanding your suffering, or you're not understanding theirs, but Spirit wants you to know, and so does your pet, that suffering is real and there is help for suffering. You are not in this alone. The other people in this world are not in this alone. Hard times fall upon everybody, and there is a breaking point for everybody. So don't get caught up in the stigma of mental health or help in general. I feel like that's all I have to say, even though I don't want to stop. Point blank period, you need to get some help. I'm sorry, and I don't know if your pet's gonna walk you through this help or not. I'm not getting a clear answer on that. I think that's different for everybody, but stop forcing communication with them, because you are way in such a terrible dark space that it's just absolutely not going to happen. I'm sorry. Not right now, at least. Thank you so much for listening to this reading. I hope it wasn't too harsh. I'm just taking things as they come, and I hope it resonates with you in a way that it turns beneficial and you do seek help if needed. Thank you so much. Hello, pile number 4. So this first card here at the top of the deck is what I wrote for you when I was picking out your cards. I didn't want to show them in the beginning of the video because I didn't want you to pick based on these, but here we go. So this is what your pet originally had to say to you as I was picking out the cards. The word rejoice, moving on, new family members, short tails, and envy. Okay. I have a couple of thoughts on that, but I want to get some clarifying cards first before I really dive into what I'm thinking. Those are very sporadic thoughts and definitely a few different messages entailed in there with the short tails and the envy. So this first card here is, what energy did your pet embody on earth, and what were they trying to teach you by embodying this energy? So your pet was a voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. Ooh, okay. So again, still not clear, as the other piles were very clear. I'm going to pull some more clarifying cards over here about the messages they have for you. Friendship. Auburn, ground yourself. Brown, establish boundaries. Watermelon, have fun with your inner child. Okay, so I'm feeling a mix of a lot. I feel like, first and foremost, you might have adopted an abused pet, and what they brought to people was a sense of truth. They brought to people, anybody who met them, the truth that animals do have feelings and do go through things that they remember moving forward. They were a good source of friendship. They helped you establish boundaries. This pet might have been, you know, not to get too specific, but possibly a dog that, you know, really didn't want you, the envy, around other people and didn't want other pets around, because it brought up a lot of stress and anxiety and jealousy for them, and that may have been tied to what they've gone on before you, or that's just how they were. After they passed, I feel some new family members coming in, so either you had a baby or either you got new pets quickly after, and they don't want you to feel bad for that, because you remember how they were in this life, and you're probably looking back and saying, wow, they wouldn't have want me to move on. But yes, they do. They do want that, and they want you to rejoice with the new lessons that you will be learning. Lessons being new animals, friendships, people. They want you to move on. They did their part, and they were the voice of truth in your life. They want you to have fun with your inner child. They want you to have fun with your child and your children. They want you to explore yourself and establish clear boundaries with the people in your life and with the new pets that you have. Don't go overboard. One at a time. Really experience these connections. Short tails. I feel like this is a dog, but this is the first reading out of all the piles that I've really felt one specific animal. But it really could be any. There might just be one message coming through for somebody particularly that really needs to hear it. I see like, almost like, I had two pit bulls that were really jealous of each other and they got into some fights, and I'm kind of feeling that type of energy here. Right over here, I didn't leave because I stopped loving you. I left because the longer I stayed, the less I loved myself. What I kind of take from that is I didn't leave you because I stopped loving you. You may have had to get rid of this pet, or you may have had to put this pet down because of their, this angry type of mean streak that they would have. This is the first deck that I'm going to pull some clarifying cards on. I think I'm understanding what they're trying to say, but I know how painful this must have been for you, and they are trying to get across that they knew that things had to happen this way and that there's lessons for you to learn into that. Oops, sorry about that. Sadness and isolation. Find balance. So if you had to put this pet down, I'm sure that brought a lot of stress for you, a lot of confusion. They want you to find balance within yourself. They want you to know that they realize that you did put in a lot of effort and energy into this life for them, and they really tried, but they only could do what they could do. Blossom. You saw them grow. You saw them do great things. And you knew that they were really connected to everything moving forward. They want you to manifest. So they were really connected to the other side, and they knew that they were here for a reason, and they knew that there was a lesson that they had to learn, and that has to do with the envy and the short tails for sure for this very specific person. They want you to know that you can manifest anything moving forward, and that you can manifest pets that don't fall in the same pattern moving forward. You're not doomed to always have animals that struggle with fighting with each other and stuff like that. And it was challenging times for you and these pets. And they want you to know that what you went through with them was very difficult, but it had to happen, and there's learning in that, and there was learning from them, and they're moving on. So should you. It's okay. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on them. They only did what they could with this life. I mean, I feel some pain. I feel anger in my stomach, and I just feel that they just didn't understand. They wanted to. They came and they had this life for a reason. You had to learn from it, and they had to learn from it. Point blank, period. And that's all I got for you. I'm sorry, this was kind of a sad one, but with hopeful energy for sure. They could definitely see that there is a bright future for you moving forward, but you need to watch the amount of animals that you get. You need to watch the, you know, who you're putting in front of each other for sure. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was as clear to you as it, you know, it's just so hard collectively reading for people. It's not as specific as I would like. So please take some time to look through each card, pause the video, rewind, and see, you know, the imagery. There were definitely some hidden messages in there for you. Thank you so much again. Have a great day.